So, why pay to learn from someone when there's all this information available online for free? And my answer to that is that most of the information that's available online for free is really bad. It's not reliable. I frequently see misidentifications of plants, and that is the most dangerous thing. Okay? To the untrained eye, plants that are edible and medicinal can look very similar. When you've got an experienced teacher, they will teach you how to recognise a plant correctly and give you a list of warnings so that you don't slip into the trap of just being enthusiastic, getting carried away and not identifying the plant properly. When we look at medicinal and edible plants, we use Latin names because common names can be confusing because people in different parts of the world can use them to talk about very different plants. However, when you search online and you've got the correct Latin name, because of the way search engines work, they frequently bring up the wrong image associated with the right Latin name. So even when you're searching the most meticulous way that you can, the search engine is producing photos for a completely different plant. So it's really alarming stuff. Social media groups, just remember anyone can say anything online and anybody does say anything online, and quite often the people who are the loudest are the people who are the most wrong and the most insistent that they are the most right. Do not trust your life to these amateur groups because the answers that you get in these things are really alarming. The most common example I can give you of things that I see that are wrong are elderflower cordial. And I have to give this warning now at every single talk or place or foraging walk that I do something, because this has become so common. So people quite often want to start to make elderflower lemonade or elderflower cordial. It's delicious. And they Google things or they go onto a social media group and they see white flowers, and to the untrained eye, one white flower quite often looks very similar to another, and they go out and they make what they think is elderflower cordial, and I've seen it made from hogweed flowers, from valerian flowers, and the worst one I ever heard of was somebody making them from hemlock flowers. Now, hemlock is one of the most poisonous plants that we have. It used to be used to execute prisoners. The elder is a tree. Hemlock, hogweed and valerian are all just white flowers that grow at the side of the road. They are not trees. But because people are just looking at little photographs and they're not being taught properly and they don't have anybody reliable to ask, this is what they're doing. So be very, very wary of free things, because my experience of the free stuff is that it's frequently wrong, and also it creates fear in people, because internet learning, as in just searching, creates gaps. There's no solid foundation, there's no continuity of learning, there isn't a reliable teacher who will support you, that you can ask, that you can check what you've done with, that you can check what you're doing with, that you can be reassured by and get confidence that you are doing the right thing. It creates gaps in knowledge. What it also generates are completely conflicting opinions, and this creates in people fear. And I know this because I receive so many emails and messages from people saying, I'm frightened of this, I was doing that, I threw it away because I am so frightened, because I have read this and I've seen that online. And if you decide to do a course, you're learning from someone who's responsible and who is trained to a certain level, has a certain level of experience, continues to learn, and will support you on your journey learning. When you're grabbing answers for free online willy-nilly and information for free online willy-nilly, it's just a bit like going into a jumble sale. You can get something good if you're lucky, and you know what to look for, but most of it is just this big unreliable mess. So I don't recommend that you learn that way, because it's not an efficient, a reliable or a productive way to learn.